Welcome to the Yaba TV show. My name is Sia, your host. Our show is very different today. The topic is keys to successful marriage. This show will deal with I do, I don't, or let me think about it. But if you're married, you will learn a lot from this show today. We're going to talk about sex, money, communication, and so much more. Plus, African music video, something that will make you want to think, my goodness, did this come from Africa? Or maybe you might just see yourself doing like this, dancing a little bit. So today's show, like I said, will be very special. Tell everybody you know. Plus, if you want to make yourself comfortable on the couch, get popcorn, orange juice, anything that will make you feel really comfortable, because we are going to the uncomfortable zone. So we'll be back in a moment. Welcome to another episode of the Yaba TV show that may excite you, educate you, and entertain you. Today our topic is keys to successful marriage. I probably need to understand that. And someone watching the show, you need to take pen and paper to write down what these people, my guests, are going to tell you today about keys to successful marriage. Let me start with you, Dr. Ameche. First, I welcome you to our show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Paul Amuche. I'm from Nigeria originally. I've been here for 30 years in America. Came to UCLA in 1977 for graduate studies and finished in 83 in a PhD in education and psychology. I've been married for 25 years, going to 26 years. Actually, last year was a celebration of my 25th wedding anniversary. I have 4 beautiful children. 2 are out of college. 1 is in graduate school. 1 is in college currently. Another 1 is senior in high school. My wife, I have a lovely wife, Rosalyn Amuche. She's an assistant school principal, very talented woman, very industrious woman.
Interesting. Let's talk to you, brother. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
You look great too.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is John Agbo. I came from Nigeria also. I've been in America for 28 years. And I'm a trained aeronautical engineer. And I've married to my lovely wife, Felicia, for 18 years now. And I've written a book in Things About Marriage. The title of my book is 4 Pillars to Successful Marriages.
I know you've been married for 18 years, as your husband has just mentioned to our viewing audience. What can you say that was the strongest blessing in your marriage that held you together, regardless of what? You stayed together, and you're still together.
It's the Word of God. Believing and knowing the Word of God is the ultimate thing. When you know exactly what God says about marriage. Secondly, my husband is a good man. He takes good care of me. He married me, married my family, so what else do I lose? So it's like I'm blessed because of him, God the Almost, and again, I'm submissive to him too.
Do you have anything generic, if it's not the Word of God, but it could be actions or attitude towards one another? What could you say?
Being a good listener, listen to him. When he talks to you, just listen to him and tell the truth at all times.
Which sometimes may be a challenge.
Exactly, but you have to. Even the Word of God says, the truth shall set you free. So he said the truth, do what you know, just be good. Don't be artificial, just be good. And the overall, it will come to pass. And
we're going to talk more on that, because I will take you all out of your comfort zone, because most African men don't like talking about romantic areas or the secret closets when it comes to romantic life. So we're going to take you there. So you are in for a treat. We'll be back in a moment. You are back with our fabulous show. We have something really exclusive for you. If you're a married couple or you're just about to think about getting married, particularly to someone from Africa, or it could be someone from here with some crisscross cultures, this is definitely the moment to watch when it comes to romance. And I'm going to start with you, brother. If your wife is not in the mood to make love, you as an African man, when I say you, generally, men are in control in Africa, generally, because of the cultural differences. You tell her, baby, I'm in the mood. I want to get some. I want to be with you. I want to have sex. Well, I want to make love. One of the two. And then she said, I have a headache, or I'm on my period. How would you handle this?
I always encourage couple, especially the men, to read their wife, because women are complex individual in the sense that they go through things that we men do not go through. And because of that, I urge men to try to understand their women. If my wife tells me that she's not in the mood, I will listen to her, because I believe that if she communicates that to me, the tone of voice matters a lot. When a woman tells you, look, honey, I am not in the mood, I have a hard day at work or something like that, the husband should listen. At the same time, the woman should not prolong the wait. Okay, yeah. You know, if you pass so many days, then you get into
it can only take so long.
It can only take so long because, you know, and not only that, God also warned us not to stay too long before we come together. And because of that, because it said that Satan tempts people. When you do not come together as a union, you open the door for Satan to come in. Even when your spouse is not doing anything, the other spouse would think that, oh, she's probably doing something. That's why she's not paying attention. But she's not doing anything. But because of the lack of the time, it creates this atmosphere, and you don't need that. So I always encourage a frequent a union. A frequent coming together by husband and wife.
We're going to talk more on that when we come back, because this is going to be deeper than deep. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to our refreshing show, the Yaba TV show. My name is Sia, your host. Let me begin with you, Felicia. In the African cultures, and generally in all cultures in Africa, or most of the cultures, women are very reserved. They don't come out easily and say, hey, baby, I'm in the mood. Or, you know, can we do something? Help me out. Why?
Yes. You know, when we were in, you know, back home, or if you look at the culture before this early time, you will see that most women are so reserved. They don't even express themselves. And that's why you get a lot of problem in marriage. Because it's when you say what you want, then the person will say, okay, I'll take care of that. But how would I know what you want if I did not express it? So it's not a good thing. But in the other aspect, you know, like right now, recently, this generation, young generation, they tell you exactly what they want, and I believe is good. The only thing, it has to be in the scope of marriage, you know, so that, you know, because now you're watching TV, 2 seconds, somebody is making up, saying something sexually. I mean, that affects our attitude about sex, or about sexual affairs. But in the other one, in the other case, is so hard. You can't even know what the other partner is saying unless you express it. But my own thing is just tell your husband exactly what you want, so that the communication will be perfect and your marriage will be growing, as God
Gracefully
designed
growing.
it.
Wonderful. What I've heard you said today is communication and proper financial management can keep a marriage alive. Well, I learned from it. I'm hoping that our viewing audience have learned too. It's been such a wonderful opportunity to have you to talk to us. 18 years, 25 years in the making. That's a record. Some people get married within 6 months, it's over. So your secret really must have kept you strong, vibrant, and still going. So I wish you continuous success for life. And again, I thank you for coming to the Yaba TV show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, sister.
Yes, we'll be back in a moment. Were you surprised today on the Yaba TV show? To tell you the truth, I was too. Because this is one topic that most Africans do not want to talk about when it comes to sex. They're very uncomfortable talking about it. Most women, they're very reserved. It's a cultural thing. You have to be in our shoes to know why African women are very reserved. But I'm sure today on the show, we've heard from a woman from Africa, we've heard from 2 men to talk about exactly what's going on in the sexual world, the financial aspect, the communication aspect. Well, I hope you really learn. We do want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch our show, the Yaba TV show. We will see you next week at the same time on the Yaba TV show, your contemporary bridge to Africa.